For the past 2 weeks, I have been actually overseas in Israel, which happened to be perfect timing because right before I left, the iPhone 14 came out, and of course I got my hands on the 14 Pro Max. And on this trip, I took over 1,500 photos and videos testing all of the amazing camera features that this has to offer. And I have a video coming very soon about my thoughts on everything as a whole in this camera. But one of my favorite types of videos to create on this channel is comparing two cameras. And so today we're going to see how well the iPhone 14 Pro's camera can hold up against my trusty Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro. So what do you think? And before I tell you which camera is which, I want to talk about other things beyond just the final camera quality that you get out, and that is the experience of shooting with a traditional camera and a phone. So first thing, sensors. Of course, this is going to go to the Blackmagic and any other dedicated camera out there. It's a Super 35 sensor, which still isn't even as big as like a full frame, but definitely way larger than the sensors inside of phones. Storage. This is an interesting one. In here, you have a built-in 1 terabyte solid state drive essentially, and that's great. Now obviously it's a phone, so it's housing a lot of other data besides just photos and videos, but it's a good amount of space. In my Blackmagic, I have a SD card slot and a CFast 2.0, and I can basically throw any size card I want in there. If I fill a card up, I just take it out, throw another one in, and I'm good to go again. On this trip, I filled my phone up twice. The Photos app actually wouldn't even let me record ProRes video anymore. Problem is that the best way to get the footage off the phone is to plug it in via the Lightning and transfer it to a computer. That ended up taking about 4 hours to get all of the footage just from this trip off of the phone. Now I have optimized photos turned on, and so once it uploads all of the photos and videos to iCloud, it will take up less space on the phone. The Wi-Fi at the hotels and being off of Wi-Fi for most of the days because we were out doing things means that the phone never had time to upload anything to iCloud really, and I was capturing way faster than it was uploading, and so it never had time to optimize anything besides the still photos, which don't take up much storage. And so while it's really nice to have 1 terabyte of internal storage, if you fill that up on a project or a shoot, you don't have the convenience or the option to swap out memory cards real quick. So storage, I think I'm gonna give it to the Blackmagic. Convenience of shooting, this is an easy one. Obviously, it's going to the phone. Size and weight, it's literally no debate. This fits in your pocket, and that's why, people always say the best camera is the one that you have on you. And so even though this is a basic setup, when you have toddlers running around, this is still a major hassle to get a lot of footage with. So for convenience, definitely goes to the phone. And then there's battery life. The Blackmagic cameras are notorious for terrible battery life, so this may not be the most fairest comparison. I know there are mirrorless cameras out there that last a good amount of time, but I don't think any of them are still gonna last as long on a single battery as a phone will. Filming a ton in 100-degree weather, and this thing never overheated, never gave me a battery warning. But honestly, I didn't carry around battery banks or anything like that. But if I needed it, I could plug in to a battery bank and essentially have infinite power. So even though this one, I can just pop open the battery door, carry a bunch of these things, swap them out, and be good to go again. And that may seem like it would make it the winner. Here, the battery lasts a really long time. And if I need more, I can just plug it in, walk around with a little battery brick, and continue to walk around shooting way longer than even if I had a handful of batteries to swap out for this. Now, right before I tell you which camera is which in the sample footage in the beginning, I do want to point out that this camera can do so much more than just take some pictures and video. It's also perfect for live streaming and multi-camera setups. Perfect for today's sponsor, and that is Detail. How many of you out there use your Mac to record video, like I am on my basic webcam right now? Maybe you do podcasts, maybe you do a bunch of Zoom call meetings, maybe you record tutorials. We've got a couple problems. One, if you want to make your production look really good, you got to add a lot of cameras, kind of like this. And I know what you're thinking. Michael, you have a very expensive switcher right here. Nope, I am simply using the Detail app, which as you can see is a super simple interface where you can set up multiple different cameras and screens and utilize all the existing equipment you have, whether that is a mirrorless or cinema camera or something like your phone, which is going to be a much higher quality camera than what is built into your webcam. We got the iPad as kind of a cool behind the scenes shot. Who doesn't want cool real-time chroma key text effects that you can have behind you? With combo scenes, you can actually preset that up where you have your camera on top. I have the website on the bottom. Maybe you want this setup. Maybe you're a gamer and you want you up in the corner. And you have so many different options for how you can set up combo scenes. And since any iOS device can be connected through the Detail app, it's super fast to set up. And did I mention that you can actually use Detail as your camera for Zoom, Skype, or anything? Simply go to your preferences, video, and change to Detail camera. And as you can see on our live timeline right here, you can see the video being edited together. So say goodbye to hours and hours of going back and cutting podcasts together. And there are so many more brand new features that just came out. So definitely check the link out in the description below. Download Detail completely for free and see how you can step up your videos today. Huge thanks to Detail for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to it. All right, so no more stalling. It's time to tell you which one was which. Camera A was the iPhone 14 Pro Max and camera B was the Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro. Were you correct? And to be honest, if you are about to comment, of course I got it right, it was so easy, they were so easy to tell apart, that may be true. But you have to appreciate how close a lot of the shots were. Phones still have a long way to go in terms of how they process noise, getting rid of that like muddy look. Shooting in ProRes helps a ton with that. Again, in an upcoming video where I showcase tons of sample footage that I shot with this and a awesome anamorphic lens setup, it's incredible what this is truly capable of. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and get subscribed to not miss any future content coming, because I got a bunch of stuff about the iPhone 14 Pro. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.